And this concerns the death of my friend's wife, my uncle's wife. He is an uncle, although we are in the same age. And this is William Nyambuti, my brother Pole Sana. And I'll talk about this matter to try and bring into perspective certain elements of mischief that we see. This follows the death of his wife, Priscilla Kemunto. So this is what I'm going to take the next few minutes of your time to talk about, and most importantly, to appeal to your heart, if indeed you like, so that you can support, empathize and sympathize with the two families this evening, and any other family that you may be aware of that is going through similar ordeal. So let's get in. Let's invite our friends. This is a subject that I know people have been asking questions about, and I like the fact that some of my colleagues in the media have picked up this story, and so far so good. I want to thank all of you for the effort you're making in ensuring that the world gets to know about these stories. But how I wish we could do more. How I wish that as media houses, as news platforms, as blogs, we could take up these matters and help families like the two which are known personally to me. They are suffering. There are many others. Please share those stories with me. Come on this timeline. Let us share. Let's tell our story, because if we do not, then families end up suffering, and yet these are things that we could help. And it is the same, along the same lines of death. This again is the death of one Priscilla Kemunto Nyambuti, who died at Mata Hospital. She died on January 8th or 9th. She leaves behind her husband, Mr. William Nyambuti, and a 4-year-old son. But now the most touching bit about this story is, and please, I would want us to listen, is that Priscilla has left behind a bill of 5.5 million shillings at the Mata Hospital. The initial bill was 7.2 million. And the 7.2 million, the family has been able to pay, I think, the difference, which is 1.7 million, for the duration that she was in hospital. Priscilla was in hospital. She was admitted into Mata Hospital with a condition that at the time was really not serious. That was on November 8th. And those of you who are privy to this story, Ronnie, my good friends who are privy to this story and who have been very supportive, you can also help in clarifying some of these facts, is that she was admitted around 8th or 9th of November 2020, and she died exactly 61 days later. And within that period of time, she had incurred that bill of 7.2 million. Now, I do not want to get into the specifics of the bill, but there are entries in that bill that are really questionable. And I want to ask Mata Hospital, and those of us who have experiences with Mata Hospital. Mata Hospital, and I'm not trying to victimize the hospital, but I want to just give an idea that certain entries on that bill of 7.2 million leave a lot of questions than answers. But I want to say why I have decided to come with this story is that the family, on top of the 1.7 million they have already paid, the family has gone ahead and made an offer to the hospital. I think this offer was made just over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks, and they made an offer of 2 million shillings from the balance, so that they be allowed to bury the late Priscilla, whose body has been lying at the hospital, at the mortuary, for the last going to 2 months now. It is actually 2 months. and the hospital has declined to take that offer, and they have insisted that they have to get the full amount of 5.5 million before they can release the body. Now, that, when you speak to the family, and I think we would be able to get the William to speak, the husband, who's a young man of 34 years old, now having to deal with being a widower and a 4-year-old son to bring up, and a bill of 5.5 million to raise. The people have been raising the money for all this time since, the whole, since Priscilla's demise 2 months ago. And it's still a heavy burden in the coronavirus pandemic. And Mater Hospital, I want to make an appeal before any other issue comes up. Would want to make an appeal that, honestly, if somebody has an element of humanity in their hearts, in the era of coronavirus and everything that has been happening, I don't know, but my heart really bleeds that you can subject a young man. He's now mourning, and the family is grieving, not knowing when this matter will be over. They do not know. The process of closure begins after you have given your loved one the send-off they deserve. Having lost my wife and having gone through that, it is not anything I wish anybody to go through. And I have experiences from Mater Hospital where my colleague, whose name I don't want to mention because I have not consulted him on this, but it is a story that is in the public domain, lost his wife in similarly questionable circumstances, and the bill was exaggerated. And the story that went on and on and on and on, and until now the case, I am told Mater Hospital have been notorious for that. There are several cases of complaints of holding bodies or detaining patients over bills that are questionable, and using unorthodox means to circumvent the course of justice. And in the era where there is a substantive court ruling on non-detention of patients or bodies of deceased individuals, I think we need to come out. And I would plead with Mater Hospital, without any prejudice at this point in time, that really, if a family is struggling, this is a young man at 34 years old, he has too many challenges to deal with. He has made an offer and said, allow me to bury my wife and even go back to work. This guy cannot even work. This guy cannot do any business. He cannot do anything. He is mourning for an infinitum, if you like, because he doesn't know when he'll get to give the wife the burial that she deserves. So really, and as I know our people are good people, and they will be touched, and some of you would want to support that family in that quest to reduce the bill. But as we appeal to well-wishers to support this family, please, Mater Hospital, you can. I am appealing to Mater Hospital, please. I know you can do better than this. You can be more magnanimous, you can be understanding, you can show your indulgence, you can show your humane side, being a hospital that is supported by ministry, by Christian ministry. Please allow this family to bury their daughter, to bury their wife, to bury their mother, to bury their sister. And nobody is going to run away. As we make the appeal to the well-wishers who may want to support, I want to request that Mater Hospital, please reconsider your position and help this family. I am sharing the till number for support for Priscilla's the support for the family. If you feel you have been touched and you want to support the family, please do so. I think there is, for those in the diaspora who are watching from abroad or whichever part of the world, there is a GoFundMe platform. I will try and get that as well. Let me try and fish it out and put it here as well, for those who feel they want to support the family in doing this. And if you want to get more information, you can get in touch with me. I'll be able to give you the contacts for the family. I'll be able to give you the contacts to the people who are doing this, and they can be able to help to share information. So for now, you can do so. This is just a brief narration of the late Priscilla's case. Please let us do our best to support our fellow our fellow human beings when they are going through a difficult time, like right now, for the family of the Ongeras and now the Nyambutis. DJ is a young man. He lost his wife. I think you can, if you have time, you can go. You can check out one of the videos that I have put out there. The video is available for you to go there and watch and see how you can support the family in their quest to give the late Priscilla, whose body has been detained by Mater Hospital over a pending bill of 5.5 million shillings. I have put all the information there on this video. Please share. Please take a moment and support the families that we have talked about in this particular video, and God will bless you. Like I have said today, I wanted to share these two stories. If you believe you have another story that needs support, please do so. Feel free to get to my inbox, go in there and share the information that you feel can be helpful, and we'll try and make that appeal to our people. And we know Kenyans, we know Africans, we know there are still very many good people out there who can be able to come out and offer support to families like those. It doesn't have to be a funeral. It doesn't have to be. It could be a medical appeal for a patient who's still in hospital, who's still alive. We would try and appeal to our people to come out and support that, and many other cases. You can put in a comment. You can also go to YouTube and follow my channel. We are trying to see how we can do this humanitarian support work, and like I said, I have said before, please don't send any money to my number or to anything that bears my name. Please do so. Offer your support by sending whatever it is that you want to do to the platforms that I have shared here, and I have no agency arrangement. I have no right to collect any or receive any form of support in terms of the cases that I put on this on my videos or on my platforms, as you know, the different platforms that I have access to. So please do so by going to the specific platforms. If it's M-Pesa, if it is GoFundMe, if it is a pay bill, whatever it is, please, if it is Cash App, if it is any platform, if you feel you want to support in kind, please get in touch. Let's connect you to the families for you to be able to channel your support to the right people. So at this point in time, and I want to thank everybody um, for all the support that you have been giving us. Please share this video once you get the opportunity. Like I said, there are 2 cases that I am seized of in terms of articulately being able to share the information about what they are going through. And if you feel moved, please do so by using the platforms and the numbers and the contacts that we have shared. And like I said, I have a gentleman who works for the United States government who has been colossal in terms of, sharing information, guidance, and saying he believes that the case of Dorothy deserves. He's just sent me a message here. Thank you to my inbox. We need international lawyers, as I am reading. You should come visit a law class and share with American future lawyers. Yes, I am already in. I just enrolled for my LLB classes, Bachelors of Law, and God willing, in the next few years we'll be able to finish the course and come out here and articulate the issues, not just on social media like I am doing right now, but I can be able to competently do so in a court of law and represent people who are deserving of such representation. And if there are good lawyers out there, please come out, share information, especially those who are doing public interest litigation in the United States or wherever it is. Please come out and share your experience, come out and share your advice in terms of how some of these issues can be handled, not just in the United States, but even here in Kenya and whichever part of the world that you believe you have the right competence, you have the right jurisprudence, and you have the capacity to be able to handle cases, to be able to help families. Families are suffering out here. Let me tell you, you may not understand until you go through this, and that is why, for me, having been a victim of pain like this, and then you are now being subjected to experiences like the 2 cases that I've talked about here. Honestly, you will then see the need for sharing with passion and getting to be able to support. If you can afford anything to spare for these families, the least you can do is spare a thought and commit them in prayer. As you go on your knees tonight, this morning, this afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are watching us from, and you will be able to have contributed in giving hope to a family that sees nothing but darkness in the circumstances they find themselves in. And it's not just the 2 cases I've talked about of Dorothy and Priscilla. I know there are thousands, if not millions, of such cases out there that deserve the attention of the public. They deserve the attention of the authorities. They deserve the attention of we as the media, my media colleagues. Let's pick these human interest stories. This is where really you can touch a life. And if that is your mission in this world, then I believe that you have a real chance to tell unique stories, to put a smile on someone's face. But for now, I think without any further ado, I think we've done this for about an hour now or thereabout. I want to say that we will be giving updates on these cases, but if you feel touched, please come hit my inbox like this gentleman and many others have done, just to give us encouragement by saying, I am going to support this family this or the other way, and God will surely bless you. And let's keep the conversation going. I am always online for those who wish to engage and indulge on these and other issues. I am available on Facebook. This is my only official page. Official account. There is a Facebook page that you can also follow and like. I have the Kurunzi TV page, which you can also go in there and like. I mean, that is the only thing I am asking you to do. If you may, you can also go to our YouTube channel, that is Kurunzi TV, and subscribe and click on the notifications button. You can share if you do not mind, so that then we can also continue doing the work that we have embarked on doing as a way of serving mankind and helping those of us using the experience and the exposure and the opportunity that we have to try and support otherwise deserving people that will not get the chance to be heard. So the only thing is that you can go there. This video will be available shortly for sharing on Facebook. We are also trying to grow the Instagram following and all the other platforms. You can always go back and watch this video again. You can also always go to YouTube, subscribe, share, click on notifications, and be able to support the work of giving hope to people that would otherwise not have any hope. So at this point in time, that's all I would say for now. I want to wish everybody a blessed evening, a blessed morning, afternoon, or a peaceful night, whichever part of the world you are watching us from. For our friends who are watching this from Australia, and that part of the world, it is so late into the night, but we are happy that you still, some of you are still awake, and you're even able to come to the inbox and say thank you, kudos for the good work that you're doing. So I really appreciate. For those of us in the United States, in the UK, in Canada, in Europe, generally in Asia, we thank you. Our friends who are following from the Middle East, from Qatar, we getting following from the Emirates, United Arab Emirates. We're getting, the kind of following that we get is from all over the world, and we thank every one of you for that. Live. So I think I want to end it at this point in time and say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night. We see you again tomorrow. Thank you everybody that has watched this, and may God bless you abundantly.